The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Hello! I got nothing.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tokutalk. On today's episode, we will be discussing what we want to see from the future of Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Power Ranger villains.
Yes, because there seems to be a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for, stagnation nowadays with how the villains are worked. Yeah. So really just, especially we're going into a new era. God, hopefully they tell us before my birthday.
What the name of the next era
is.
Yeah,
what the name of the next era is, because he'll be abdicating like a week in April. Mm. So yeah, what we want to see next. Let's start with Sentai.
Okay.
I want to see something more personal. Mm. And this is especially coming off of Rider, where it's just like there are a lot more interpersonal connections between the villains and the writers, whichever, of that season. Mm-hmm. Say like, Black and Shadow Moon.
Oh yeah.
I like the closest that we've gotten recently would have to be.
I was gonna say Gaim.
I think Sentai. Tokuger, maybe?
Tokuger. Between Light and Zed.
Is it Light or Right?
It's Right.
Whichever, really.
Sorry.
But yeah, between like the two of them, it's just that was about as close as we got. And that's really only because we had that one episode where they hung out in that amusement park for the day.
They hung out in the amusement park. And that was before we knew, I think even as the audience, that Zet was
the bad guy.
Who he was.
I would love to see something like Black and Shadow Moon in Sentai. As long as it's not the red.
I was going to say, it'd be a little difficult to do that when you have a group against one. Unless it was something that he did or he or she did that affected all of them in some way.
The last time I saw something like that, I believe it was Bosco.
Close, yeah. Yeah. And then later on Enter.
Well, he didn't have as much of a personal connection as Bosco did. Enter was just kind of Enter.
Sadistic.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you in a coma so you can't kill yourself and get rid of me.
That was a fucking fun day.
Mm. I can't wait to rewatch Go Busters.
I can't wait to rewatch Go Busters. I'm scared of what they're going to do to Enter in Beast Morphers.
Yeah.
We shall see.
By the time they actually end up getting to Go Busters, that'll be out. So we'll have our first impressions of that show too. Fuck. But yeah, let's see. You could do something sort of, and this is something that they really haven't done since the 90s. I like the closest that we've really gotten to something, at least explicitly personal, was back in Die Ranger. Mm. Oh, actually, no, Kaku Ranger, because Tsuruhime's dad, a.k.a. Bald Eagle, he didn't shrink when he transformed.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Shock.
Grr.
But yeah, I would love for something a little bit more personal. I'm really tired of seeing interdimensional beings, be it the Ganglers or the people that the Zoologist fought.
That's how memorable they are.
Or Tube.
Just some sort of threat that has come here to destroy the world.
Yeah.
We're going to destroy the world, or we're going to enslave the world, or whatever.
I agree with Jake a little too much, is that's really hard to do when it's with a group of protagonists. I would like to see more of the Q Ranger thing, where it's the bad guys have already won.
I don't want to see that again for a little bit.
But just something along those lines of maybe like, it's instead of being protecting Earth, they go to other planets or go to other areas to liberate. So just something a little less of the Earth's defenders bullshit.
Never surrender.
Yeah. Bullshit as opposed to the Resistance, which was a very nice twist.
I would like to see them do another underground empire. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Everything has either been aliens or something from another dimension.
Though I don't mind the aliens because if we have space travel, we have that potential to see different environments, unless there's an entire planet of rock quarries, which, knowing Sentai, probably.
It's possible.
It's Sentai 6.
Get the fuck out.
Peace!
Anyway.
Yeah.
I would say something I'd like to see is I'd like to see this across all forms. Maybe lower the stakes a little when it comes to the villains. Not everything has to be about saving the world or saving the universe.
It could be something more petty.
Maybe something a little bit more, petty. Not the word I would use, but I know you would. It's because you're Marcus.
I would love to see something.
Another
more
spoiled like Prince brat just throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
Somebody
throwing a tantrum, or maybe they're just like thieves. They steal things. We are going to prevent them from stealing things.
So, Lupin.
Except reversed.
Except reversed.
Yes.
But yeah, I would.
I'm just saying, not everything has to be about saving the world.
And it's something that they stuck around with since Showa,
or at least Japan.
I will say this though, and this is why
that's the only place that ever gets attacked.
This is why we sort of hold these three up to just such a par, because there are three things, like the things that we've said they've done before, but it's been a long time. Changeman is sort of like the Liberation Front type thing, with King Bazoo eating planets because he's a fucking Unicron. And then Live Man, which was a little bit more petty at the end of the day. Because it was such an interpersonal connection between these people.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Jetman, because Maria.
Yeah.
These are things that we've seen before, but it's been so long since they've done anything like this. And these are some things that, Power Rangers have done although it was such a take over the world thing at points in space with the Sean Corone.
Fair enough.
Andros.
You know what I like to see?
What's that?
I would like to see the main villains be a legitimate, just evil Sentai. Psycho Rangers, but the entire show.
I agree with you 100%.
That would be perfect.
That would be good.
It's Lupat, but go the distance.
But the Lupin Rangers are actually evil.
Like, go the distance. Evil Rangers.
Sort of like you just don't have to have a Monster of the Week every week.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't talk about the show that much, but it's a thing that they did, Bioman. Because they had, like, for the man! And then they had the three people under him, and then they had, like, their commanders right under them. And it was them every week. And I think that made it actually just a little bit more interesting because it's made it seem more personal at the end of the day.
When you keep seeing the same villain fighting the Rangers over and over and over, it might get
repetitive, but as long as they make it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. I would love to see just a straight up team the whole time they had to fight Evil Rangers, and when they get a Sixth Ranger, they get a Sixth Ranger. I would lose my shit.
Essentially, like, I could even come up with a plot line. Like, say somebody is creating the Sentai powers, and it turns into, like, the worst possible scenario of, like, I hate to use this analogy but I can't think of anything better. The Powerpuff Girls creation.
And maybe the Rowdy Rough Boys?
Chemical X turns them evil instead. So then he has to make them again, but not...
Do it properly this time.
Not fuck it up. And said, okay, so I made you guys gonna have to fix my mess.
Snips and snails and puppy dog tails. That's how you get the Rowdy Rough Boys.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be something like that.
That'd be really good.
You're rich. Buy an army. But this is my problem. I go to jail.
And that's the problem?
I would go to jail. So it would be interesting.
You know what? That would be actually perfect for the next anniversary season, which would come after Ryusoja.
But the Gokaijers have gone
Two after Ryusoja. I keep forgetting. They're Sentai 43, but they're Team 44. So, Lupat sort of moved everything over by
Lupat's fucking stupid.
I love that show. You just don't like how it's counted.
Yeah, that's what I'm mainly referring to.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's...
And the toys are not great.
That's the reason why we got...
Dinosaurs
again.
To be fair, it looks so cool.
It does. It would be cooler.
You saw the poster, the new poster? It's not fair.
It would be cooler as Dragons. But yeah, what do you want to see from Ryder? Because it's been a lot of Ryder versus Ryder recently. It could have been like the opposite situation of what we got from Sentai just as a whole. Although, like, the really last time we had something where it was more just Monster of the Week base was Ghost, and that didn't really work well.
But that wasn't because of the monster of the week base.
Ghost just wasn't executed well.
No, it wasn't.
I want to see more is, and once again, I can't believe I'm saying this, something like Blade, where the monsters had a theme and they had to collect them like a deck of cards. Something like that, something like that to make the monster of the week.
Toys.
The monster of the week bit seems a little more integrated into the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's not just a thing that's happening. Even though they sort of did that in not Ghost, Wizard. It still didn't really work that well.
No, it didn't, but because the overall monsters didn't have a theme, like in Blade, they all had card suits.
As long as we get no two-parters, because that makes things
unless the story of the episode decreases it, but not two-parters every time, like Wizard.
It makes things drag when you do that, and that ends up being a problem at the end of the day. I would love for them to see. We got personal relationships again.
I think one of the things that I really want to see from Kamen Rider is I want to see the villains be people.
I was actually just thinking about something like that.
I want the villain, because I think one of the strongest aspects of Kamen Rider Gaim is the fact that the main villain kind of ends up being humans. It's other people are the bad guys, not some sort of extra dimensional force. They're there.
But it's more of a catalyst.
They're more agents of chaos than anything else, being manipulated by these people.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see just people be the bad guy.
Okay, how about kind of like the plot of Persona 4, where people's issues or misdoings kind of create these monsters. And honestly, it can kind of do the Ryuki thing, where being a writer, you can't be a writer in this plane of existence. So you
have to go to
another
the
plane.
mirror world.
In this case, the mirror world, or this internal world, like
the shadow world.
The shadow world, like in Persona, or something like that. The shadow realm.
Please have it be card based.
Yu-Gi-Oh, the Kamen Rider.
No, so far.
I think
mirror wall.
But that Baby Dragon. How did you
Dragon.
You went with Mirror Wall instead of Baby Dragon or Kunai with Chain.
Because Baby Dragon becomes 1,000-year Dragon.
With Tom Wizard. I went country.
Why'd you become country?
Because I'm country. Anyway, but something like that I think would be nice to see. Or maybe the Kamen Rider is a public figure. We haven't seen that in a while.
Like your Batman or your Superman, they're a publicly known hero.
I don't think he's really publicly known.
Not really.
We haven't really had the
Blade.
That's something I want to see. I want to see something like Hibiki.
They were
just in terms of show. I'd like to see something like Hibiki.
I would love to see something like Hibiki again.
Music theme,
as long as they don't fuck it up in the last half.
Not to say music theme, but different settings. Different themes.
That's such a budget thing.
Green color. Not the same freaking 10 quarries and industrial and building environments over and over again.
Or that underground place with all the columns.
Yeah.
Where it seems like if a finale is going to take place anywhere, it'll take place there.
That.
You know what I would like to see again?
What?
This is something that they sort of do in O's, but I really remember this from Go Busters, just going off of places.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that scene where Red Buster was fighting that gun?
In the hallway?
Yeah. They don't really do anything in office buildings anymore.
No, they don't. Mainly because you can't put Cal-explosions in office buildings.
I mean, they don't have Bruce Callis, but I would like to see, just like you said, change the location. But yeah, what other things in terms of villains would we like to see from Rider? Or maybe we should move on.
Well, I would like to go back to what he was saying about Sentai, lower the stakes a bit. Maybe the plot isn't about destroying something. Maybe the plot is just about corporate espionage or something.
XA sort of did that.
Yeah, well, something like that. And that way we can have more involved out-of-suit stuff.
That was the whole plot. Masamune had
less evil being evil, more misguided good. That's the thing I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always black and white. There's some gray.
Doing a wrong thing for the right reasons.
And some magenta in terms of decade.
We'll name him Jean Valjean.
Yeah.
We already had Javert, why not?
Damn it!
And
Fuck!
Power Rangers. What do we want to see from Power Rangers?
Good.
I want to see them not use the same freaking jobbing voice actors over and over again for the villains. I want different voices
a lot
for
to ask
villains.
for.
I want different voices for villains so they don't all sound the freaking same.
You do.
I want more of Darth Vader voiced by Mark Wahlberg that we got in Power Rangers Samurai. More silly things like that.
Remember when we were watching Down a Charge and Scorch came on and he had that super different voice? It was a lot smoother
Yeah.
than everybody else. I would love something like that again. To differentiate the villains from each other.
Also, can we
That's another thing. Differentiate the villains from each other. I think that's a big one because it's like a beef stew that got put in a blender. Everything just sort of blends into this big homogeneous slush with Power Rangers.
It tastes like onion.
Can we have one villain like Scorch who just doesn't give a shit? Who's just like...
I really can't wait to see what they're going to do with Enter. Because that was like half of Enter at the end of the day.
And being French. Sava.
I really hope he speaks German. I don't know why.
That's nothing. I want human villains.
We haven't had a human...
Dino Charge. But he became good because, fuck. We can't have a human bad guy. It's got to be some green armored monster.
It has to be a big scary monster so that kids can easily tell what's a bad guy.
The villain in Dino Charge wasn't terrible.
Sledge. And we saw him again in Ninja
He was pretty fucking funny.
He was pretty great. I liked him a lot.
Why don't we just get married? Because I fucking hate you. That's pretty much what he was saying the entire show.
And they all died at the end.
And then they all died at the end.
Damn.
I would love for us to see human villains again. And since they're doing it next season, I really can't wait until Beast Morphin starts. Just to see how they're going to do stuff. I'm worried as hell, but I'm also really can't wait to see how they're going to do stuff. Because they're bringing back the same writing staff again.
Goody.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get sad about that. What else do you want? Something that... Interpersonal relationships, of course, once again. That's something that they just don't do anymore. We haven't had anything like that.
I want villains with actual character.
Yeah.
I want villains that actually have a personality aside from, I'm angry.
Sledge was hilarious just because of everything else that happened to him. But it's just like...
No, but he also seemed... He had a character. They started off with him being engaged to somebody. That's more...
And then him pushing it back.
Because... That's good. He was a commitment issue workaholic. That's a character.
Yeah.
As opposed to when we got him fucking, Megaforce of I'm a big butterfly, I want to destroy the world.
You mean Ninja Steel? Oh no.
Megaforce. That was Megaforce as well.
Monarch, butterfly, thing. Wrong.
Remember how they had to wait to bring him back and kill him? They had to wait to do a lot of things. Fucking frack.
Also, don't be afraid of religious symbolism, people.
Do, actually.
Fucking hate censorship.
I do too, but it's something that they're not going to do. Yeah, it seems like we just haven't gotten anything interpersonal since RPM. With Tanaya and Dylan. And I like how they're doing some things, but you got to remember, this is also something for Sentai too, in terms of both heroes and villains. It does depend on the show, yes. But sort of give everybody a motivation.
Yeah, that helps.
You have a team.
What is my motivation?
You're angry.
I'm angry!
Not I'm, motherfucker.
I'm angry. What is my motivation? You're Goldar. Oh no, the Power Rangers.
I gotta go kill the Power
You're
Rangers because something in the nerve.
I was so hoping it would do that. Yay.
Yay.
But yeah.
It was a simpler time. You could have people like Goldar who's just, I'm gonna fight the Rangers because that's what the boss man said to do. And then nowadays you can't do that anymore because we're adults and we demand more from our children's entertainment.
If you can have shows like Steven Universe, which I think it makes.
But that's different because it's animated.
Yeah.
They also don't have to rely on stock footage.
Yeah. Even still, just make sure at least the villains have something else than just being angry. Once again, you
or
have
being
shows
loud,
like
or being obnoxious, or being stupid, or being
You
hungry.
can have a villain
It's okay
be
for the
angry.
monster of the week to have that.
Well, no, you
'cause
can
they're gonna
have
die
a
at the
villain
end
be
anyway.
angry, but just don't have him be angry for the sake of being angry. Like, have him be angry like the Time Force villains. You know, discrimination, hatred against the guy who I tried to help you and you fucking murdered me.
and turned me into a robot.
Yeah. So, again, motivation.
Such an aggravation.
Sorry, though. I had to put out litigation. But yeah, I think that's it for what we had to say on this one.
Just be good. Be fucking be,
Blanket statement, be good.
Be better.
Don't forget to change it up. That's the main thing.
When it comes to something you do every year, do not rely so much on if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Because just because it works doesn't mean it can't be better.
Yes.
That. Good night, everybody.
But yeah, let us know what you think about this in the comments below.
Please do.
Join us on Facebook, Patreon if you can.
Twitter, Instagram, and Discord.
Yes, it'll be a wonderful time. Bye, everybody.
Wonderful time of the year. Bye, everybody.
Bye.